Thank you, Mataji. Pratima Mataji, thank you so much.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, 20 to 25, others who have no knowledge, they surrender to demigods. And then there are those who are impersonalists. And then 26 to 30, we will be learning about the bewilderment of living entity and his freedom. Once he comes to know about Krishna, whoever comes to know about Krishna, whoever gets the knowledge of Krishna, is absolutely free. So we'll learn all this. Today we may cover like around 7 shlokas or so. So this is Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, knowledge of the absolute, or in Sanskrit it's Jnana and Vijnana Yoga. We'll know why. Okay, so we're learning about knowledge through hearing, Krishna's energy, accept or reject Krishna, demigod worship, and who can become a devotee. So in 7th chapter, Krishna's opulences are all described completely. We will see the 4 kinds of people who surrender, and 4 kinds of people who don't want to surrender, don't want to take Krishna's shelter. Just imagine, it's very interesting to know that. It will be very interesting to know who are those unfortunate people who don't want to surrender. Then we have already done like chapter 3, Karma Yoga and Karma Sannyasa Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Yesterday, last week we did Dhyana Yoga, which is also Ashtanga Yoga. And today is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Because why they're saying? Because Jnana is like of 2 types. That Jnana means knowledge, right? We get 2 types of knowledge. One you have already got, right? You have already gotten from colleges and schools and stuff like that, which is called material knowledge, which physics, chemistry, bio, English, maths, whatever. And then there is something called spiritual knowledge, which is permanent. So, like a PhD scholar or a master's or whoever, whenever the person after finishing master's, they've worked so hard to finish the degree and doctorate degree and go blah, 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 and they're having a lot of celebration. But something happens to them and they die, and the next life, if they get a human life, if at all they get a human life, they start all over again from A, B, C, D. And they say, okay, I had done PhD in my last life, so I will continue from there. No way. No way. But then that is why it's called temporary knowledge, material knowledge, or apara vidya. But then there is this spiritual knowledge that we are gaining right now, all of us sitting together and trying to understand this Bhagavad Gita. This is the spiritual knowledge. But this knowledge, you will see that it will never diminish. Whether we continue to get a human life, whenever we get a human life, definitely if we are into Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, we will definitely get, if not, if we don't go to Goloka Vrindavan, and if we, like an unsuccessful yogi, have to come back to this world, we will definitely be able to continue or resume from where we had ended or where we stopped. That is why it is called permanent knowledge, or para vidya. Para means superior. So, but anyway, we have so many people in this world who don't believe in God. They are atheists. They say, what you are all doing, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. These Hare Krishna people and all. And they are atheists. And there are some people who are having a lot of material desires. So they are surrendering to the devatas. Oh, Lakshmi Puja karte hain. Then I will do this puja, I will do that puja. So I will gain this, I will gain that. And what will they gain? They will gain. They will definitely gain. The devatas also get their energy from God, and they get their power from God, and they say, okay, God says, okay, okay, something is better than nothing, give them. At least they are into some path. So they get that temporary material prosperity. But then after that, what will happen? After some time, it's gone. Again, they have to do the prayers. So why not best surrender to the person who is giving the power, right? The complete, that whole powerhouse, rather than the electricity department. Why not just go to the powerhouse and connect to powerhouse directly? So Lord Krishna, over in this chapter, he is going to tell. First time you will see that he is talking about himself in after 6 chapters. And then he says, I am the ultimate authority. I am the highest authority. And I am the all-powerful, and I am present everywhere. And all that he will say. And let's see what he says in chapter 7. So this is the synopsis. Lord Krishna explains. Chapter 6, he said, a yogi always thinks of him in devotion. At the end, 6.47, right? and he concentrates on him in full faith. Then chapter 7 begins with the process of hearing, because if he is concentrating on him, how he is concentrating? By hearing about Lord. So that's how chapter 7 starts. Then how we can hear about him, then knowing Krishna as source of matter and the spirit, which is, material energy and spiritual energy, the modes of material nature, and then how some people don't want to surrender to God, how some very nice people surrender to God, to Lord Krishna, and then some of them do demigod worship or devata worship to gain some temporary material benefit, and how the bewilderment of living entities is there. And once we come to know about Krishna, how we feel so free. So this is what is it, and this is the summary. Section A, 7.1 to 3. Krishna requests Arjuna to hear both his material and spiritual energies and declares that transcendentalist who succeeds in truly knowing him is most rare. So we start with verse number 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Saktamana Partha Yogam Yundan Madashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatajnasyasi Tachruno. Yes, anybody would like to read? Yes, Mr.
Okay. Yeah. I can try. Yeah. Hare Krishna. The
Hare.
Supreme. Sorry, did you ask me or somebody else?
I saw one raised hand.
Oh.
Vita Mataji's raised hand, so I was
Yeah.
asking her to read.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
Mataji,
sorry.
you can, Pratima Mataji, you can read.
No, I can wait.
No.
You can, please.
No, Mataji, you read it. Next one I'll read.
Okay, all right. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So chapter 6, we had understood various aspects of Ashtanga Yoga. Then Lord ended, right, in shloka number 47. Why am I insisting on shloka number 47? Because that shows the connection from 47 to chapter 7. So where he's speaking, who is the topmost yogi, then he makes a lot of very good, nice, wonderful statements, he says, and then he's talking about a bhakti yogi, right? He say basically, what is he saying? Yogi nam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yoma samay yukta tamamata. So he's talking about that bhakti yogi practitioner. Yomam samay yukta tamamata means what he is always thinking of me, abiding in me and all that, right? So when can one get full faith in Krishna? Shraddhavan bhajate mam. When can he get full faith in Krishna? How will I get faith in Krishna? Only when I get the knowledge about Krishna, right? So this knowledge Lord is going to give in this chapter. In fact, now we have covered that first 6 chapters, which predominantly spoke about Karma Yoga. And the next 6 chapters, starting from 7 to 12, where he is going to talk about Bhakti Yoga. He is going to discuss about Bhakti Yoga, where we will see the process of Bhakti and about Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so this knowledge, Lord Krishna is going to start. He will start to give us from this shloka onwards, right? And he says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Now, come on, we all know, right? Bhagavan Uvacha is Krishna. And what is he saying? He's saying Partha. Partha is who? Son of Pritha. Pritha is Kunti Devi. And son of Kunti Devi is Partha. That is Arjuna, another name for Arjuna. Then what is he saying? Hey Partha, hey Arjuna, listen. Tat Shruno. Tat Shruno is a very, very important word over here. Why? Because what does he have to hear? So Maya Sakta Manaf Partha. Yogam Yunjanma Dashraya. So Lord is saying Asakta Manha. Asakta Manha means attach your mind. Manha, mind. So Asakta Manha means where do I attach my mind? So Mai, me. Maya Sakta Manha Partha. Sakta Manha means attach your mind. Where? I, to me. Attach your mind to me. Yogam Yunjan. Yogam Yunjan means whoever is doing yoga, whoever is practicing connecting to God, in trying to be in self-realization, right? Mat Ashraya. Mat Ashraya means complete in Krishna consciousness, in full consciousness of me. in complete, they're completely deep in thought in me. So try to do that. That's what Lord Krishna is saying. Asamshayam. Without doubt, Arjuna, there is no doubt. Without doubt, what will happen? You know what will happen? So samagram mam yatha jnasyasi. So samagram mam, such a person, he will be completely or fully, he will be able to know me. Mam means me. Completely he will be able to know me in full. So in the previous shloka, Krishna had said, you must meditate on me with faith. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam in 6.47 he said. And faith will come with knowledge. And now here what Lord Krishna is saying, that knowledge a person can get if the person is practicing this particular yoga. Asamshayam samagram mam yatha jnasyasi. That jnasyasi, you will get that knowledge if you are going to practice this particular yoga that I am going to describe in this chapter, coming shlokas. So, see, the interesting thing to note is that last shloka of 6th chapter, Krishna spoke, and the first shloka of 7th chapter, Krishna is talking. He is speaking. So now, without Arjuna, Arjuna has asked no question here. So, without Arjuna asking any question, see, Arjuna hasn't asked any question, right? Usually he starts with asking a question, then Krishna goes on and on in the whole chapter. That 6.47 was Lord Krishna's, and then 7.1 is also Lord Krishna. So without him asking, he said, oh, Krishna, what to meditate upon? What are you saying? Topmost yogi is he, Shraddhavan bhajate yomam. Who should I meditate upon? What is the process? How to do it? Usual questions of Arjuna, right? But no, Krishna himself is only telling, very, very merciful. You can see how merciful he is. Very merciful. He is so eager to tell about himself so that we all can understand how to practice Bhakti Yoga. So there is no question here that, no question that Arjuna is asking or Arjuna is posting. No questions asked from Arjuna at all. Lord Krishna himself is trying to describe, and in first and second shloka, he is emphasizing, he is giving so much of importance to the knowledge of this particular process, which is called Bhakti Yoga. So till end of that 6th chapter, it was mainly about the Swarupa of the self, right? And then 7th onwards, Krishna is going to talk about Swarupa of his own self. So in 6.47, very nicely, Krishna consciousness is the highest yoga is what Lord Krishna said, right? That's how he concluded that one. And here now what Lord Krishna is saying, Tat Shrunu. Tat Shrunu means listen to me. Listen to me means about myself. Listen to me about my own self. So while he is concluding the previous chapter, Lord Krishna said, best yogis are those who are able to focus on God and they are able to serve him with dedication and devotion and all that. And some questions that come to us is like, how can we come to know the Supreme Lord? How can we worship him? How can we meditate upon him? So for that, we need some knowledge, right? Arjuna did not ask this, but Lord began to answer. What did he say? Mat ashrayaha, with your mind. Where do I put my mind? Focus on me. So Lord Krishna is very clear from the beginning what we are supposed to do. And he's saying, Shrunu, listen. Because, that Shravanam Kirtanam is the first few that we learn in the 9 processes, right? He's asking Arjuna, listen to me very attentively. Arjuna, what are you doing? Listen to me. And this is the first process in 9 devotional service, which we learned in level 1, right? So we all know, right? Shravanam Kirtanam, anybody remembers that?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Archanam, something else, then
Correct. Very nice. Very nice.
Dasya.
Yes, Dasya.
Dasya, and then friendship is
Sakya.
Sakya, and Atma
Nivedanam, complete surrender. Excellent, Mataji. Very nice. Thank you so much for the active participation. The active participation award will go to you.
Thank you.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Very nice, Mataji. Thank you. So hearing is the first thing. Hearing about who? Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is very, very, very important. That's the instruction from himself, which is who is Supreme Personality of Godhead. That the instruction from Supreme Personality of Godhead is Bhagavad Gita. And about Supreme Personality of Godhead is Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So no one is greater than Krishna. So what are we doing here? We are all listening. We are all listening to what Lord is saying, not what I am saying or you are saying. This Bhagavad Gita is completely, 100% what Lord is trying to tell us. So how lucky we are to be able to gain perfect Krishna consciousness from hearing from perfect personality, that is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So let's see what Lord Krishna is going to, and because he is going to emphasize more about the knowledge, this knowledge, right? So we'll see the graphically this whole thing, because first few shlokas are quite important. So I'm just trying to emphasize on this. See, Lord Krishna, what he does is absolute truth, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And then we know how he comes out, right? He is we can see him redefined as Paramatma, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. We have all learned about this. Then living entity is the spirit soul. And by different yoga processes, we are capable of elevating ourselves. We can do jnana through jnana yoga, we can reach Brahman, then Ashtanga yoga, Paramatma, and then Bhakti yoga is Bhagavan realization. The first two are partial realization, and Bhakti yoga is like concentrating and focusing on mind on Krishna. We get into devotional service. We use all the 9 processes, right? Shravanam, Kirtanam. And by constantly hearing about Lord, what does it do? Chetu Darpada Marjanam, which purifies our heart. And we get developed transcendental knowledge. We become fixed in devotional service. We are free from all the modes of passion and ignorance, lust and greed. The impurities are gone. It is cleared. And we are in Shuddha Sattva. Slowly we get into Sattva mode, but we have to go to Shuddha Sattva. Much more. So we become more enlivened in devotional service, and we understand silence of Krishna perfectly, and then we get complete knowledge. That is what Lord Krishna is asking us to do. Get complete knowledge about him, right? So move on to the next one. So this is the 9 processes of devotional service that Pratima Mataji very kindly had put forward. So this is Shravanam, is hearing, right? And then Sukadev Goswami, we all know, chanting and glorifying Kirtanam Vishnu, then remembering Prahlad Maharaj, Smaranam, and then serving the Lord's lotus feet. Who else? Then Padasevanam by Lord Goddess Lakshmi, and then deity worship by Maharaj Prithu, Archanam, and then praying by Akrura, who was a minister in Kansa's kingdom, that is Vandanam. Then becoming servant, who better than Hanumanji, Dasyam, and then Arjuna is known for his friendship, Sakhyam, and Atma Nivedanam, complete surrender by Maharaj Bali. So let's see what Lord Krishna wants to tell us, giving us knowledge that he wants to give us. Let's see that. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshāmya sheshatah yajñātva neha bhuyo nyat jnātavyam avashishyate. Yes, please. Vrinda Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous, by knowing which there shall remain nothing further to be known. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So we have seen over here that in shloka number 1, Lord Krishna has told that this knowledge is very, very important. And again in this shloka, what is Lord trying to stress upon is knowledge. He's trying to give knowledge. He is trying to glorify knowledge. And in next other few shlokas also, he'll be glorifying knowledge. So what Krishna is trying to tell, idam vakshami asheshitaha. Idam, this knowledge. Idam means this one. This what? Knowledge. Oh Arjuna, I shall explain to you in full. Asheshitaha, without any gaps. Complete, full, completely. So what is Lord Krishna going to give? Jnanam. So jnanam te aham savijnanam. So he's going to give 2. Jnana, te aham. Aham means I. a Vijnanam also. And to you, Arjuna, I am not only going to give you Jnanam, which is knowledge, along with it, I'm going to give you spiritual knowledge, Vijnanam, numinous knowledge, phenomenal knowledge. Yet Jnatva, after you know that, Jnatva means after knowing that, once you come to know about the knowledge that I'm going to give you, not in this world, right? Which na iha, bhuya. Bhuya means bhumi means this world. Bhuya means this world. After knowing which, not in this world, anyat jnatva ma vashishyate, avashishyate, means there is nothing that you need to know. Anyat, after this, jnatva, you don't have to know anything more. There is nothing much left to be known. Once I give you the knowledge, if Supreme Personality of Godhead is giving us the knowledge, the perfect Master is giving us the knowledge, how can it be incomplete? So this knowledge in this Bhagavad Gita that I am giving contains everything. That's what Lord Krishna is telling. And you need not know anything more. What a strong statement, right? So we always say our Vedic scriptures, they are like chamber dictionaries, chamber dictionaries, and the documents of other faith, they are like pocket dictionaries. So the chamber dictionary has got all the things that pocket dictionary will have. The small dictionaries and the big dictionary. So the big dictionary will have everything that pocket dictionary is having. So this is Bhagavad Gita, and the Ayurvedic scriptures are like that. So Krishna wants to explain the system of knowledge because why? Because Arjuna is Krishna's devotee, he is his friend, right? So jnana means knowledge. How do we get the knowledge? What do we do? Even in schools and all, we have to apply our mind. We have to apply our senses, and we have to apply our intellect, whether it's material knowledge or not, right? We have to apply these three things. And Vijnana is the wisdom, the knowledge that we get through spiritual practice. Means we are getting it direct, we are getting experiential realization. Like we are experiencing something. Like if I tell you that there is a bottle and there is a honey inside that, and it is very, very sweet. You'll say, okay, Mataji, I understand that. But how do I know? I don't know. So that's the knowledge you have given. Okay, fine. You have given us the knowledge. Okay, Krishna is Supreme Personality. I don't know. Now what has to we to do? We have to open the jar, the lid of the jar, and we have to taste the honey. The moment we taste the honey, we'll say, yes, incomparable. It is so sweet. Similarly, if I say Krishna is Supreme Person, okay, fine. I know we have got all the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything. Next what? How will I realize? You have to do chanting. The moment you keep chanting, keep reading in the association of devotees, there will be a time you will be experiencing that spiritual realization. And then you will say, yeah, that is so. It's like nectar. I've got the higher taste. I don't want to go to the smaller ones, right? So that's Vijnana. So now we know what is Jnana and what is Vijnana. So Guru gives us the Jnana. Any Guru you go to, he will give all kinds of knowledge, right? That's theoretical knowledge of the scriptures. But we have to practice. We have to do sadhana. Every day morning we have to get up. We have to do chanting. Sometimes you may feel, oh no, it was too late to sleep, so let me not get up. No. Come what may, we need to get up. We need to do our sadhana properly, because that's the time that we are able to purify our mind. That's the time that you won't get any phone calls. That's the time that you won't have, you're fresh from your sleep or from your rest. So your mind is clear and it's not cluttered, because the whole day the mind is cluttered. You have to do this, you have to do that. After all, we are living in this material world. But that's the time you can, get up and do. So that's the spiritual sadhana that we need to do. That's jnana, that knowledge that we get through self-realization. It can be attained, right? So in this very verse, Lord Krishna is confirming to Arjuna that he is going to impart the knowledge and about his own self. And that will help him to develop or move further in the sadhana, in spiritual path. So Lord Krishna is telling him very clearly, once I give you this knowledge, there is nothing else that you need to know at all. So in the next shloka, Lord Krishna, he is going to talk about spiritual perfection. He is going to say, who is qualified to receive this knowledge? Not everyone is qualified, right? Who is qualified to know me? Like, it's such a wonderful chapter. This chapter 7 to 12 is like nectar, bhakti yoga, and it's going to open all kinds of wonderful secrets of Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because the middle 6 chapters are the most important chapters. We all know, right? They are like compared to precious jewels, and it's like, you have a treasure box, and you have something at the bottom and something at the top that covers the entire box, but the substance is inside. It's the whatever substance is inside is very, very important, right? When you have a treasure box, you keep all your jewels and gems inside the box, and the lid is there, and there's a bottom also. The inside one is very important, not the box. So the first 6 chapters are like the lower part of the box, and the last 6 chapters are like the top of the box. Middle 6 chapters are precious gems and jewels, right? And they are in the box. Okay, let's see chapter this 7.2 analyze graphically. Okay, complete knowledge, transcendental knowledge, knowing this, nothing more to be known. And then Lord says, Jnanam is knowledge acquired by senses. Then Vijnanam is experiential knowledge. Then the controller of both Jnanam and Vijnanam is Lord Krishna. Why? Because he's cause of all causes. He's the source of all the knowledge. And he's the only object of meditation for all yoga processes. Whatever yoga process you take, he is the only object. So then we see that Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that qualification, that he's a devotee and a friend. That's why he's explaining to him. Okay, so we move on to 7.3. Manushyanam sahasreshu kashchid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mamesi tatpataha. Yes, please. Akash Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna spoke in first 2 shlokas of 7th chapter. First shloka he emphasized, right? Touch to know. Listen to me carefully. Hear what he needs to hear, that he has spoken in shloka number 2. The importance of knowledge that he is going to give. And once you get this knowledge, he says, once you completely get this knowledge, there is nothing else in this world that you need to know. Lord Krishna is now going to tell us who is actually qualified to get this knowledge. Very simple verse in which Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu, out of many, many thousands. Sahasra means thousands and thousands of men. Kashchat yatati siddhaye. Only someone will try to endeavor. Someone will try for perfection. Not everyone tries for perfection. In a classroom of 50, not everyone stands first, right? Not everyone tries to come first. There are some who are lazy, some who are average, some who are excellent, some who are very intelligent. There will be only one person who is coming first. So Lord Krishna is also telling that Kashtit Yatati Siddhaye. There is only someone or only very few who are able to endeavor for what? Perfection. So he says, Yatatam api siddhanam. So out of all these Yatatam, whoever is trying to work very, very hard, there's always a competition in a classroom also, right? There will be a bunch of students who are competing with each other, trying to get to that first position. So out of those also, there will be only very few who will be attaining that perfection. And then Krishna is saying that Kashchit Mam Vetti Tattvataha. In that also, in that small bunch of perfect people also, hardly one knows me. Kashchit Mam Vetti Tattvata. Tattva means the truth. There will be only few, only one who will know me in complete, in fact, or in truth. Only one will come to me. When you are running in a marathon, you can see that in the picture. There are so many people running, heaps and heaps, so many people, big crowd of people running. You think everybody reaches the finish line? No, some people just give up in the middle. Some people are running. Some people are just taking rest and then going. Some people start walking and then they take a lot of hours and hours to reach the finish line, but they keep trying. So it's like that same thing. It's like a running race only. Like we are all in the path. There will be so many people in spiritual sadhana also. We are all running together, but only one. Krishna says only one will be able to know the actual truth. Even Srila Prabhupada explains in his purport that out of thousands of human beings, it's very rare that a rare person is somebody who will be interesting in knowing, like, what is soul, what is this matter, what is going on, who is Lord, what is the ultimate truth. And then, we are always, Srila Prabhupada says, we are so much engrossed in these material things of what even animals do. Like simple four things, like we keep thinking of what to eat, what to eat, what to eat. Then we know we want to sleep all the time. We are very lazy. And of course, mating, defending, and all that, what Lord Srila Prabhupada has told. No one is trying to know who is this divine and trying to get this divine knowledge. Nobody is bothered. We will be bothered only for a few minutes and then again it dies. So we have understood that Lord Krishna is the cause of all causes. We have learned in Brahma Samhita also, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karanaka. He is the cause of all causes. We have understood that. But still, we cannot understand how Lord Krishna is like Parthasarathi. How can he be a charioteer? He's Yashodananda. He is going and playing with this balaks.
Okay, good.
So in this verse, Lord Krishna has used that word siddhi for perfection in the spiritual path. Because only very few souls are fortunate to get this human birth. And in this human birth, only a handful are getting the spiritual perfection. And in that handful of spiritual perfection or perfected souls, one who is aware of absolute truth, of Lord Krishna's glories, of Lord Krishna's the topmost position, paramount position, that person is very rare. That's what Lord Krishna is trying to tell us. We all know about Brahma Vimohana Leela, right? Where Lord Brahma himself got very confused about Lord Krishna. We all know, we did it in level 1. So how is it that even the perfected soul is not able to know God? This is the bewilderment. Because the only reason is without bhakti, without the loving devotion, one cannot, there is no way one can understand Lord. So whoever is practicing karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, every yoga, they cannot know God. They have to include this small thing called devotion, this small thing called bhakti. It looks small, but it's a very huge thing. So Lord Krishna has stated in this verse that one among the numerous will be able to know him in truth. That's what Lord Krishna has been trying to emphasize in that. And he has stated this fact, same thing he has stated in Bhagavad Gita many, many, many times. He has stated in chapter 8, he has stated in chapter 11, then 18. So many places he has said that they do not include devotion. That's the issue. Because they're getting the knowledge, but they are not experiencing that knowledge. Unless and until we sit in sadhana and we start experiencing, we will not get. There's no point sitting, all of us sitting together, reading this. Okay, fine. That's the knowledge that we are getting. But what about the sadhana that we are doing? Are we doing properly? Are we chanting our rounds well? Are we sincerely doing? Are we trying to purify our mind? So Lord Krishna has stated in this verse that only one will come to know. So let's see, in the next verse, he's going to talk about his material and spiritual dimensions. So, okay. So text 3, different grades of men generally. They are interested in all the eating, sleeping and all things. Very few are interested in soul, super soul, body, absolute truth. And then chapter 1 to 6 was about self, super soul, process of realization, difference between soul and matter, jnana yoga. Dhyana yoga also we did. Krishna is the absolute truth, and we can only know him if we do devotional service, right? And process of bhakti is not easy to practice as proclaimed by impersonalists. People say, oh, bhakti yoga is very easy, ashtanga yoga is, then why are you not achieving it? The process of devotional service is like, we have to have Upanishads and we have Puranas and then we have Narada Pancharatra, right? They say, devotional service of the Lord that ignores Vedic literatures, whatever we are having, Upanishads, Puranas, and Narad Pancharatra, we are not having, it's like unnecessary disturbance in society. That's what, devotional service of the Lord, that ignores, whoever ignores this. Even Rupa Goswami, he writes in the Lecture of Devotion, he says, Shruti Smriti Puran Adi Pancharatra Vidhim Vina what was that? Akanti Harer Bhaktir Utpata Yaiva Kalpate. That's what Srila Rupa Goswami says. He says devotional service that is ignoring this Vedic literature. It's like simply your unnecessarily disturbance in the society that way. So the last word in Brahman realization, and devotees, you know, they can realize him as he is, because Lord Krishna is the last word in Brahman realization, right? So no one can understand Krishna. With this kind of material senses that we have, we cannot understand Krishna. But he will reveal himself only to whom? His own devotees. That's what Lord Krishna says that. So let's move on to the next one. Knowing Krishna as source of both material and spiritual energies. Bhumira aponalo vayu khammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti rashtadha. Yes, please. Snigdha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these 8 comprise my separated material energies. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna ended the previous shloka, right? He said, Kashtin mam veti tatvataha. Hardly one knows me in absolute truth. But because he is so merciful, because he is so kind, that is why he is actually telling us, he is revealing himself in coming shlokas. Actually, he need not, but he is very merciful. In this shloka, what Lord Krishna is talking about is Prakriti. Prakriti, his external energy. And shloka number 5, we will talk about jivas, we, living entities, all of us. And in 6th and 7th, Lord Krishna is going to talk about Ishvara, himself, his own self. And then this way, Lord Krishna is trying to give us the science of bhakti. He is giving the science of his own self. And once he is giving us an opportunity to understand him. See, he said, right, only one will be able to understand him, the absolute truth, but still very mercifully, he's trying to make sure that we also understand. And let's try to understand this Prakriti aspect of what Lord is trying to tell us. What is he saying? Lord Krishna is saying, Bhumi, that is earth, Apo, that is water, Anala means it's fire, and then Vayu, we all know it's air. Kham, here is ether. So these are the 5 aspects which Lord Krishna is talking about. It's called Pancha Mahabhutas. These are the Pancha Mahabhutas, and then he's talking about Manaha, Mano Buddhi. Manaha is mind, Buddhi is intelligence, Buddhir Evacha. Ahankara. Then he is talking about false ego, and then said, Eva. Eva means certainly. What has happened? Iti yamme bhinna prakriti ashtadha. Ashtadha. So all these ashtadha, or the 8-fold, are my bhinna. Bhinna means separated. What is that? Prakriti means energies. So, Kham, Vayur, Jyotirapa, Prithvi, Vishwasya Dharani. In Narayana Upanishad or Narayana Saptam, it says, you know, Tham Vayur Jyoti Apaha Prithvi Vishwasya Dharani. So this matter is considered as part of God's energy. It's Prakriti. 8, total 8. We have all learned in level 1. We all know earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So first 5 are gross elements. The other 3, mind, intelligence, and ego, is subtle, right? These 8 together form Lord's material energies. So he is stating over here that they're simply part of Maya. This is his material energy. He says very clearly. And in the next verse, Lord Krishna is going to describe the superior energy, right? The soul energy. So he's very clearly stated over here. Let's see, let's analyze this one also. Krishna is plenary expansion, material creation is Prakriti. Then first we have Mahavishnu, then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So Mahavishnu, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, that's the total material energy, Mahat Tattva. That's the total one. From there, it enters into every university, in every universe, sorry. Universe. Garbha. Garbha means in every universe. And then what happens next is that he will enter into each and every atom as Kshirodakta Vishnu in all of us as Supreme Soul. Then whoever do not know Krishna, they think that this material world, we can come and enjoy and have a nice fun over here because living entities are Purusha, they are the cause, controller, enjoyer, that's how they think, right? But it is temporary, right? Everything is directed by the three Vishnus. That's what Lord says. And we have these gross elements made up of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And these are the 5 gross elements. And then we have these subtle elements, this mind, intelligence, and ego. So we have done that graphic thing also. So let's move on to 7.5. Apteyamitastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Yes, please. Who will want to read this one? Krishna Prasad Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Besides this, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So in shloka number 4, Lord Krishna spoke about the wonderful aspect of material energy or the external energy. And now what is Lord trying to describe over here is superior energy. So Lord is going to, Krishna says what? Apara. Apara iyam itaha. Very, very wonderfully he has said, apara ita iha. Means what? Iyam itaha means besides this inferior energy of mind. Apara, inferior energy of mind, which I described in the previous shloka. That's what Lord Krishna is saying. Apara. Apara means the inferior one. Vidhi. But you just try to understand. Vidhi, try to understand what? Anyam. Prakritim me param. Anyam prakriti me param means what? There is another. Anyam. Another. What? Energy. Prakritim. Another energy of mind which is param. Param means which is superior. Anyam means another. And prakriti means energy. And there is another energy of mind which is param. Me means mind. Param means which is superior. Mahabaho, which is Arjuna, oh mighty armed one. He is addressing Arjuna over here. So that who are all these who are superior energies? Jiva Bhuta. So who are the superior energy of Lord? We all. Who are we? Living entities. Ya edam dharyate jagat. So what are we all doing over here? What is these living entities doing? We are all using what? We are all exploiting what? The material world, the material energy, the material nature of the world. We are all using it. What is that material nature of the world? Lord's inferior energy. Lord's inferior energy, who is exploiting it? Lord's superior energy. Who is that? We living entities. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna is talking about the superior energy of his. In previous shloka, he spoke about his material energy. He is explaining that beyond these eightfold prakriti, right? That material energy, he says that is inferior. This one, like earth, gross elements and the subtle elements, there is something superior to that also, which is far, far more superior. Because this energy is transcendental if you compare to that lifeless matter, right? This is the lifeless matter is like prakriti. And this energy of Lord Krishna is much more. It is a spiritual energy. That Jiva Shakti, it includes all of us in this world. See, just as sun is in one place, right? But the sunlight, it can come inside through the window also. And it can pervade all the solar system. Same way, there is one God who is by his infinite power, he is pervading all the 3 worlds. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, right? Jiva Tattva Shakti, Krishna Tattva Shaktiman. Gita, Vishnu, Puran, Adi, Tahate, Pramana. So what does it mean? The soul, Jiva Tattva, the soul, that is the energy. That's the Shakti of God. And he is who? Krishna Tattva Shaktiman. Krishna is the supreme energetic. We are the energy of God, but Krishna is Shaktiman. He is the energetic. Once we understand that small point that we are the energy of God, but he is the Shaktiman. We are Shakti of God, but he is the Shaktiman. The moment we understand and accept that we are the part and parcel of God, he is infinite. And the concept that of non-duality of the whole entire creation, that becomes very clear to us, because energies can, they can exist within the same energetic. For example, let's say fire. If we say fire also, how we can say that the fire will contain both? It will be very hot also, and it will give light also at the same time. But both are two different entities, right? They have different properties. The light will have different property, the heat will have different property, but they are part of the same fire, which is, from which these two are coming out. Same way, God is the energetic, and we souls are his energy. And we can be considered one. We are coming out from him only. At the same time, because we have distinct properties, we don't have all the properties of that, we are different from each other, right? Both the entities are different from each other. So we have understood that, we have understood about the material nature of God, which is matter, and it's perishable. And then we are individual souls. The soul is imperishable. It will never die, because we are part and parcel of God. And there is, of course, Ishvara. He is the controller of both the Prakriti and the souls, the Jiva Shakti. So if we can connect to God, if we can meditate upon him, we can become more like him. The soul becomes free once we get this knowledge. That's what Lord Krishna is telling. So because we have come from him, we must follow him, whatever he is doing, instead of trying to follow any cine actors. So after describing, Lord Krishna is going to go into tell about something very much higher now. He's going to speak about Ishvara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we'll see that tomorrow, and we'll continue from there on. Okay. So I will stop the recording now.